Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to talk about the ASUS RS500A-E12-RS12U. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. Just a little bit more about the ASUS RS500A-E12-RS12U. Do us a favor, find anything that helps you in this video, click that like, smash that subscribe. Let's get going. All right, so here's what we're gonna do in this video as a whole. We're gonna go over CPUs, RAM, drives, we're gonna go over RAID, network cards, compatible operating systems, plus a bunch more. So let's go ahead and hop into the good stuff. If you know anything about me, you know that I love AMD processors. AMD is really kind of the king of the hills, if you ask me right now. And as far as AMD procs, AMD Genoa on the EPYC side is the top of the line proc, and I love the AMD Genoas and the AMD Bergamas for that matter even better, but the AMD Genoas are one of my favorite procs right now, and this is the most important feature of the chassis if you ask me. It takes one CPU. It's going to be your AMD Genoa Zen 4 9004 series, which is going to be your SP5 socket. So it's going to be a great processor. People ask it all the time, hey, what procs do you recommend? And really kind of depends on what do you like, or what your application is. So we have low-end procs, we have value procs, and we have high-end procs, and really kind of it's self-explanatory. The low-end is going to be, 24 core kind of, more budget-friendly procs. That might be all you really need for this, but you still want a very powerful 24 core. The value procs are going to be a bunch of just good budget-friendly options. And then you have your high-end procs, which are going to be top of the line, which are my personal favorite because you got your 9654, you got your 9754, which are going to be a 96 core and 128 core. And these are just amazing procs when you can put 128 core proc into a box. The power that you get is a little bit insane if you ask me. And again, the EPYC procs as a whole are just so much better, and they're the king of the hill right now. AMD has officially beaten Intel on the CPU side if you ask me, especially on the server side. So again, big fan. All right, well, let's talk about memory. It takes DDR5 memory. So again, top of the line system. It's going to have 24 DIMM slots. Takes a number of different speeds, or really two, 4800 or 5600. There's a number of different sizes you can use, as low as 16 gig, 32 gig, 64 gig, 128 gig, 256 gig, or all the way up to a 512 gigabyte, which means you can actually max out at 6 terabytes of RAM using 512 gigabytes. So again, this is a very beefy system, and you can use ECC Registered or ECC Registered 3DS. So those are going to be your choices as far as types of RAM you can use. All right, let's talk about drives. You can use up to 12 drives. As you can see in the front, it's a 12 bay small form factor or 2.5 inch. You can use a number of different interfaces. You can use NVMe SSDs, SATA SSDs, or SAS SSDs. I do want to note with the SAS SSDs, you do need to have a RAID controller whenever you're using SAS, and you need to have additional cabling. So most people are going to be using NVMe or SATA SSDs. And I feel like most people are really going to be using NVMe SSDs because that's what's going to be fastest. And on that note, what speeds can you get? So you can get to 16 gigabit per second with your NVMe's, and you can get 6 gigabit per second with SATA and 12 gigabit per second with SAS. And again, you need to have the RAID cable or the RAID card and the RAID cabling, but those are going to be the speeds that you can use. So let's talk about the sizes. You can use 15.36 terabytes for NVMe, 7.68 for SATA, and 15.36 again for SAS. So NVMe to me is the big winner because it has the most scalability, it's the fastest, and right now the cheapest. So NVMe is the way to go. And actually, when we talk about NVMe, I do want to note it is for PCIe 5.0, but you can use 4.0 or 3.0, but it will just go at the slower speed. So do know that if you're using the older PCIe gens, it will work, but it's just going to be slower. So let's talk RAID. So for RAID, we're going to throw up a nice little handy chart here, and really this is just some of the compatible ones that you're going to see on ASUS's website, but I'm sure there's plenty of other RAID cards that are compatible. And if there's one that you're a fan favorite of, hey, drop a comment down below. I'm sure the other users would love to hear it, but here's just a nice handy chart of some of the compatible RAID options and some of their general specs to help you out and make some choices on what RAID card you want if you need RAID. All right, so let's talk networking. There's going to be 3 PCIe slots. There's going to be 2 low profiles, 1 high profile, 2x16, 1x8. If you want to use all 3 PCIe slots to throw in network cards, you sure can. There's also 1 OCP 3.0, so you have the opportunity to technically put in 4 network cards if you really wanted to. All right, so what network card interfaces can you use? You can use RJ45, which is just another way of saying Ethernet, which is the most common. You can use SFP, SFP+. QSFP, QSFP56, also SFP28. So yeah, there's a bunch of them that you can use as a whole. So those are going to be your interfaces. As far as speeds, you have 1 gigabit, 10, 25, 50, 100, 200, or all the way up to 400. So 400 is going to be your max speed. As far as power supplies, you can have redundant 1200 watt or 1600 watt. 1200 watt is what comes standard, but again, you can have redundant 1200 or 1600 watt power supplies. All right, last but not least, let's throw up some of the compatible operating systems. So Windows Server operating system is going to take into the current 2022, and I'm sure if a newer model comes out, it'll take that as well. Drop a comment down below if that happens. And it's also going to take the most recent one, which is ESXi 8.0 and the different versions up to version 3 right now. We also have a number of other options, including Red Hat, but again, listed up is all of the different supported operating systems. And there's something that you guys are using at home that we don't have listed, hey, drop a comment down below for, again, the supported operating systems that you like. If you're looking for any custom built ASUS or any other kind of Genoa, let's just say you just want a Genoa server. We custom build ASUS, Gigabyte, ASRock, Supermicro. We do a ton of builds. We'd love the opportunity to earn your data center, your home lab's business. Please email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Take care.